Alright, welcome back to Zero To Flutter. Today we are starting something that quietly decides whether Flutter feels easy or extremely confusing. We are talking about Dart basics, and don't worry, we are not turning into hardcore programmers today. We are learning just enough Dart to make Flutter feel logical instead of random. By the end of this video, Dart should feel stop By the end of this video, Dart should stop feeling scary and start feeling useful. We will know what we are writing and why it actually works. Why don't Dart first? Before Flutter makes any sense, Dart need to make just a little sense. Every widget, every screen, every piece of UI is just Dart. Learning this now saves us massive confusion later. Let's answer the most important question right away. Why are we learning Dart before Flutter UI? Because Flutter is not magic. Every widget, every screen, every button we build is written in Dart. If we skip Dart completely, Flutter code feels like memorizing spells. Nothing sticks and everything feels confusing. But if we understand even a little Dart, Flutter suddenly feels logical. We start recognizing patterns, we stop guessing, and we start understanding. So think of this video as removing future confusion before it happens. These 5 things are the core building blocks of everything we'll do in Flutter. Every screen, every button tap, every API response. We are not deep diving, we are learning only what we actually need. Nothing more, nothing less. Just enough so that when we write Flutter code later, it feels familiar instead of overwhelming. Let's start with variables, the simplest and most important concept. Variables are like storage boxes. We use them to store information so our app can remember things. A name, an age, whether a user is logged in, what year is it. Instead of repeating values everywhere, we store them once and reuse them cleanly. A bar is the easiest way to start. We don't tell Dart the type, Dart figures it out automatically. String. Any text we see on the screen, labels, titles, messages, that's the string. Integer, the whole numbers only. Counts, ages, item numbers. Int handles all of that. Double. Double are the numbers with decimals. Prices, rating, percentage, anything with decimals. And the last one is bool, which is true or false. This one is used in app. Is user logged in? Is dark mode on? Yes or no, that's a boolean. We are just storing values and printing them. Nothing fancy, and that's the point. This is the foundation every Flutter app stands on. Now let's talk about functions. Functions are reusable actions. Instead of repeating logic again and again, we write it once and reuse it. Think of a function like a machine. We give it something, it does the job and gives something back. Flutter relies heavily on functions for buttons, UI logic, API calls everywhere. So this function takes a name and returns a greeting. A simple example, but this pattern shows up everywhere in Flutter. Conditional help our app make decisions. Apps are basically decision machines. So if the user is logged in, show home screen, else show login screen. If something is true, do this, otherwise do something else. Flutter UI changes constantly based on conditions. Understanding this makes Flutter feel predictable. Loops save us from writing same code again and again. If we have a list of user, messages or products, we don't want to handle them one by one manually. Loops do that repetitive work for us. This loop goes through every item in the list. In Flutter, this idea powers the list views, grids and dynamic UI. This is how the loop works. It loops through all the items in the string and prints the value. Don't forget about the index in the string. So let's quickly recap. Now we understand variables, data types, functions, conditionals, and loops. This is exactly the Dart knowledge we need to move forward. In the next video, we tackle stateless and stateful widget. This is the point where Flutter really starts to click. Once this makes sense, UI building becomes much easier. So if this video helped you, hit like, it really supports the series. Drop your questions in the comment and subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. We are building Flutter skill step by step and we are just getting started.